Hello everyone. Today I would like to talk about something rather controversial. Have you ever wondered why the number 13 is considered an unlucky number? Have you ever heard of Friday the 13th? I bet all of you know Jason, don't you? Well, ever since a long time ago, people have always believed in some kind of unseen powers. They cannot see it, but they can feel it, and this is what always gives birth to superstition. They are all over the world. If we look closely, there's no logic to such superstitions. To begin with, let me explain my experience with Friday the 13th and when I started believing in superstition. My experience on the number 13 being unlucky, it was October 13th, 2017. I remember it like it was yesterday. On this day, I woke up quite late and I was headed downtown to a friend of mine who had been picking up his cell phone for a minute. As I drove, a black cat suddenly crossed the road, making me swerve to avoid eating it. I ended up with a flat tire and I had to call an Uber so that I could get there. This was after the tow truck took away my car. When I arrived at the apartment, everything seemed okay, and so I kept calling him, but there was no response. I could hear his cell phone ringing from inside, but nobody picked up. It was then that I dialed 911, and when somebody finally arrived and broke the door, Andy was hanging in the air. He had taken his life. There was a note that said, "I'm sorry, guys, just couldn't understand." That's how my experience with Friday the 13th. It was one of the saddest moments of my entire life. It is uncertain when the superstition that the number 13 was unlucky began. Many people hold the belief that the 13th day of the month, especially if it's on a Friday, brings bad luck. Going down memory lane, several traumatic events occurred on Friday the 13th. The death of Rabah Tupac Shakur in September 1996. Tragic event. He was one of my favorite rappers. The cyclone that killed more than 300,000 people in Bangladesh, November 1970. The German bombing of Buckingham Palace in September 1940. According to Tar, this article, Superstition in Healthy Beliefs, it points out that many people from different societies believe that the number 13 is unlucky, especially if it falls on the Friday. Friday 13th, on other cultures may not necessarily believe in Friday the 13th, but believe Tuesday the 13th to be the most unlucky. Supported by William Sims and Rodin Stark in their article Superstitions, Old and New, they point out that ours is an age of science and also superstition. In light of this, the number 13 or may not be unlucky number, and so we may never really get to know it. it. We were born and raised with the superstition, and most of us believe it is an unlucky number. We are so rigid in our beliefs because they have been passed down for generations. In conclusion, we were born and raised with the superstition, and most of us believe that 13 is an unlucky number. We are so rigid in our beliefs because they have been passed down for generations. I guess we may never know whether it is not because in as much as bad things are associated with the number, so are good things. Thank you.